And I'm not even drinking nothing. All right, let's see. Can we get in here? Okay. In appreciation of the Limblick family and how it's affected all of our lives in an amazing way, we want to give a toast. Limblick toast. Here you go.
Limblick.
Team Limblick. Cheers. And we're going to do a couple of interviews with each other. Again, this is
Biv.
and
Queen Nomad.
and Bliss B.
I feel like here in America, the culture is work, work, work. And it's like the more money you make, the more harder you have to, the more money you make, the more you buy, the harder you have to work. And it almost feels like it's never ending. So I was at a point where I was ready for peace, ready for freedom. And I would say that's one of my main reasons. Of course, the racism. Mm-hmm. The racism here in America, it's at an all-time high. It's always been here, but it's even worse now. And it's just something I don't want to deal with for myself or my children. So I just want a new beginning. I want peace. I want freedom. I want to be able to invest myself into the people of the continent. I know I'm going to gain so much from being near the culture, the love, everything that I've been missing here. And I just can't wait to get started.
Okay, and so I'm going to do question and then same question. So, okay. Queen Nomad.
Well, for me, when did I know or why?
Why? What's your why for wanting to move to the continent or at least visit? Are you visiting or are you going to repatriate?
I am visiting first,
okay,
to kind of just get a feel for the area. I don't know where I want to move to yet.
Okay.
And then I will decide.
Okay.
I needed to find out the skills that I have here, mm-hmm, and what I do here, if I can do the same thing there or something different, okay, before I decide where I want to move to.
Okay. And I know you said that you're not worried about having to sell your house because you're gonna go ahead and lease it out.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing. I did want to throw that in because that's a great source of continuous income.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's a good move. Yeah. What about you? Because I know you're a homeowner as well.
I am. Right now, I'm leaning more towards selling. Okay. However, I possibly, if I can find like a company that can help me with leasing and I'm able to make a certain profit, because I just bought my home, I wouldn't get, my mortgage is pretty high, I probably wouldn't get as much of a profit off of it.
So do you think that would make it better for you to lease it, or like you said, with a rental?
Only if I would have to see what the profit margin will be.
Okay.
So if it's like one of those situations where I'm only going to get an extra $200 by the time the mortgage is paid, I'll probably just sell it because it'll be more of a hassle. Okay. However, if it's a big amount difference, I will go ahead and sell it.
What do you think is the biggest challenge for you too? Like that's a big move for all of us, mm-hmm, all three of us. Yeah. So what do you feel like is your biggest hurdle, so to speak? I'm asking Queen Nomad first, and then I'll come to you. Mm-hmm. What's your biggest hurdle, do you think?
Well, for me, going alone. But
with Limblick,
I know. I would have, had I known Limblick years ago, I probably would have been on the continent before now. Gotcha. Especially since they're from Tennessee and I'm there often. Memphis, exactly. Okay. So for me, it's just getting over the fear of the unknown. Okay. Yeah, basically, that's it.
And you, Biv, what's your biggest hurdle, do you think?
I think the uncertainty, not knowing, because it's something I've never been to Africa. I've never been anywhere near it. So I feel like once I get there, I'll be fine. But just checking all the boxes and figuring everything out, it's a lot of moving parts. So just the fear of something.
Right now, are you still looking at Gambia as the move to? Or?
I am looking at Gambia, but I am open. Because part of my issue is I do work remotely, and I need my internet to work all day long. Right. So I would still like to take a visit to Gambia, just kind of test it out and see. And I'm willing to buy any type of product I need to buy to get my internet working well. Okay. But I just can't afford to be hours at a time without internet.
And I was watching, and again, Tanzania is a different country. It's not the same. But I forgot the name. They were with Ayubu. I forgot the name right now, but she came from the States, but she bought a hotspot right there. So hopefully they have that available in Gambia. That would be a research.
Like a dongle. Yes, I actually did research that, and you can get a dongle. So
a dongle?
That's what it's called. It's like a little square hotspot, and you can buy it from their cell phone, AfriCell.
Okay, and that's available in Gambia?
Yep.
Okay, so Do you know how well it?
That's the part I need to find out. How well does it work? And I haven't been able to get that from a YouTuber. They did tell me to get the dongle, but I don't know how well it works.
Let me tell you. I think who was a great resource. What's the one that owns the restaurant? Molly.
Molly. His name is.
I think you should reach out to him.
I'll reach out to him.
Because he's like, he has 2 restaurants.
And
he has something
here or in the
Gambia.
Gambia.
He's from the UK.
Yeah.
He's from the UK, and he has the first restaurant is called Mosiah's. It's named after Marcus Mosiah Garvey.
Yes.
And then, yes, it is just super nice. Like, he did the interviews with, who did he interviewed?
He was with the
Bag
Arrival and the Bag
and the
family.
Arrival, and it's really nice. Look up his channel, Queen.
Yep.
It's called. He changed the name.
He did change. Is it G1 or
B1?
B1. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he's from UK, so he does like the Idris Elba kind of like talk or whatever. But he's a businessman.
And what I like about him is he keeps it short and sweet. Like, he's like, this is what you need. This is what you need to do. He's very businessy. You can tell he's a businessman.
Yeah.
So if I need to get some quick facts, I will watch him.
And not that the others aren't, but everybody has their way. You know?
Exactly.
So what was the question I forgot what I asked you. I wanted to ask her as well. Hurdle. What country? What country?
So I'm gonna do what everybody else, a lot of people are doing. Ghana.
Hey.
It's Ghana first, but then also I was looking at Tanzania.
Okay.
And the Gambia too as well.
Yeah.
And the Gambia as well. So those 3. I was looking into Nigeria because when I did my African ancestry.
You wait! You did your African ancestry already? Have you done yours?
I did 23andMe.
Yeah. Look, we ain't talking to her.
I didn't know about African ancestry.
But when did you do your 23andMe?
I did it a few months ago.
And
I know. I saw, and I had no idea, and I did it.
Can you ask for? Do you know if you can ask for yourself?
Someone
back?
said you could, so I need to call them and see if I can get
do that.
I didn't. I bought one for everybody in my family to do it because I didn't know about the African. I wish I would have known about that.
So this is you did African ancestry. So tell us the process. I'm definitely I'm doing a gift for my family too. African. I haven't done it yet. That's gonna be like the thing. So tell us how it was.
It was easy. I ordered the kit. It came like a couple weeks later. The 12 weeks, 10 weeks at least. Okay. And I got it back. It was my mother's side. 100%.
100%.
Wow.
And they show you the links of the DNA numbers. Okay. And it's like 3 chain. And it was straight match across, except the 3rd one, it was like halfway.
That's so beautiful.
100% Nigerian from the Yoruba tribe.
Yeah, for your Yoruba. Girl, shit, Yoruba. We have authenticity in the building.
Exactly.
When I look at those people, before I even did the African ancestry, right?
You were tired
and I was like, that sounds like my auntie. That sounds like me. That sounds like whatever, with the hooks. I'll wait, because they always...
But you know what? That's a question.
I used to get that all the time, Right, or, the whole, I think every parent used to do that. Clapping at you and stuff like that too. So I was like watching it. I was like, sound like my aunt, my grandmother, my whatever. And then when that came back, I'm like,
so how did it feel?
That's why I related.
So how did it feel?
Moments you can never get back. Moments with loved ones, because by the time you're not working, I'm exhausted. Because it's like I'm just so used to I gotta work. It's 8 p.m. I gotta do one more thing, and it's that you never get to really fully turn on. Right. And that's where I get what technology has helped us, but it also hurt us. Because back in the days, you couldn't take your work home. Right. Or you could, people didn't work so many hours to be able to live. Now it's like just to keep a roof over your head and pay your bills. You don't have a choice.
Right. And then, so like you said.
I'm like Queen Nomad, where I'm like, I just want to be able to be comfortable, but I really
and live for real.
I want to be able to live and be able to be in the community, be able to get to know my brothers and sisters. I know I have to work to pay the bills, but I'm not trying to just work.
Yeah. But I feel like with us, diasporans coming from, and of course it's not just America, it's UK, it's the Caribbean, it's some blacks in Australia coming, it's, the GDP is going to go up not because we're coming and we're so rich, but because we're coming with our ideas and with just growing the country and bringing different ideas with us and circulating our money more so on the continent. Exactly. And so once we bring the GDP up, and we're going to have, life is going to go up as far as internet service. Things are going to get better. So we're like part of the pioneering thing. We didn't make it there yet, but we're part of it. We're on our way. We're part of what's gonna make a difference, not just for Africans on the continent, but if we can get to the continent and as a whole bring up the image of Africa across the world, they're gonna have to treat the ones who don't go and are still here. They're gonna have to treat them better, because we're still gonna have family when we go, and we're not gonna just tolerate. It's not gonna be okay. I hate when people think, oh, you're gonna escape or you're going over there or whatever. You've heard the thing. Yes. But I'm still gonna have family, even if both of my sons and my grandsons go. There's still gonna be family here. I don't want them to be a hashtag. Exactly. We're gonna be watching. We're gonna be caring from over there. You know what I mean?
It's about, what do they say when you're like, you have to save yourself first. You get to a point where you get so mentally,
put the mask on yourself first, and then.
So when you get to that point where you're so mentally exhausted here, I feel like I can help more
better over there, because I'm over there healthy and happy.
Exactly. So I can, you know what? Hey, I just built this extra guest house right here, or I just bought this house and it comes with a guest house. Just come on to the
because they do the compounds. I love that.
Yes,
the compounds where the families, so everybody's gonna have their own space, but we're still together.
Exactly. Together but separate. Still got your space. So I feel like for me, just being able to have that peace of mind and to be able to build up, because it's just like everything is tearing us apart every day.
It is.
And I think I'll be a better help to anyone in my family and have more to offer. Because now it's like, are you tired? You tired yet? I got somewhere for you to be.
And not only that, I feel like, because like how Future and Power talk about, we use more than just 10% of our minds. I believe every one of us, all three of us here, everybody is going over there, our creativity is going to flow.
Yeah.
And when we're over here because we're still here. So we're trying to decide, and we're not, when we get there and that feeling you were talking about, what we're supposed to do, we probably don't even know. But if we can get there with whatever savings we have, just get there.
Exactly.
I want to get there.
I'm looking for the feeling of home, because even though I was raised in Mississippi, it does not feel like home.
No, it doesn't.
Even though I've been to a lot of places. I've lived in Texas, DMV area here. I've been a lot of places in the United States. Like, I've always wanted to go somewhere, moving all the time, thinking, I'm gonna find that place that's just gonna feel like home to me. Yeah. So what I'm hoping for is when I do get to the continent somewhere, like the people are saying, I just felt like this is home. And so that is what I could go back to 20 years ago that I was searching for, that home. And nobody wanted to go with me. Yeah. So as an adult at 48 and thinking that when I hit the continent, is something gonna resonate in me like I'm at home and I ain't gonna want to come back.
I mean, at the end of the day, Africa is in our DNA.
Yeah.
And it's been taken away from us. Yeah. And so it's like, of course there's something missing. Yeah. So we're like forced to like learn this different kind of culture, be something that we're not having to code switch, whatever they want to call it. And I mean, it's just exhausting trying to be something that's not, to be honest, it's not natural.
Right.
The way this culture here is not natural for us. So of course there's this yearning to be home. And I, the same way with you, I've lived in different places in the country, and it's like I've never had that feeling of like, wow. So for me, Africa is not just a relocation thing. It's a spiritual journey.
Right. I feel like it's a healing that's going to come. Absolutely.
Because people would ask me, well, just nature of my profession, what you want to go over there for? You doing so well here or whatever. It's not that I'm running away from anything. It's like what she just said. Just that, what I just said too, that whole feeling of home. Because yes, I'm okay. And like I said, I never felt like, even though I was raised in Mississippi, I was there till I was 17. I was going before. people used to come to visit, I would always be like, take me with you. Where you live? My people living from Chicago, Indiana, all those places, Louisiana.
That was that longing inside of you.
Take me with you. I want to go, whatever the case. I always wanted to just go, and even I've moved in different states, like looking for home, something to feel a part of a community, a part of something, and that's why I want to let me try Africa.
Hey,
exactly.
And keep it African, keep it everyday African people, and that could even be here. Like if you meet somebody here, it's because we want to start the YouTube before, so you can get those subscribers up, and those hours up before you go home. Okay, because we gotta have that income coming in. And you got your intro.
Yes, I got my intro. My channel is What's the Business.
Oh, you have it? I have to, so I can subscribe already.
She hasn't put it up yet.
I haven't put it up yet, but that's what the channel is. What's the Business?
I like that one. I like that. What's the business?
I just have to do the hashtags for Africa. That way, it connects people when they're looking for anything African. It will come up.
Okay. I don't. My Bliss Bee YouTube. I want to connect it, so it's the name is going to change once I do start journeying to Africa, but I want to keep the little subscribers I have, and my watch hours are really up there, so I don't want to lose that, so I'm just going to change the name. Okay. But I don't know what my name is, but you got your name already. That's a nice name.
I like it.
That's a nice name. Yeah. So ladies, I'm not on this, but you can hear me. That's enough. And I'm independent.
And we love Bliss Bee's voice.
Yes.
Subscribe to her channel.
Okay, yeah. Subscribe to my channel.
If you need a bedtime story, you put this. She'll get you right. I want you and my thoughts on everything to do story time together, because both of their voices are so harmonious.
His voice is so distinctive.
Oh, I love him too.
Yes.
It's just his spirit, right?
Exactly. You just feel it.
You feel it through the.
It's calming. You watch him and it's just like,
guys and girls.
I want to tell you. He just has such a
good morning, guys and girls.
The two things that I love from Limblig, my thoughts on everything, they're really doing it on that beach. Like they're gonna take the houses that they built, not that they built. What do you call those houses?
The container.
Is that what it is?
No.
The tiny homes?
Nope. Because the
prefab homes.
It's more similar to that, but it's specifically garden homes that was only available where he was at in the Netherlands, and they bought 10 of them. So on the property on the beach, did you see Takoradi Beach?
Yes.
Oh my God! I was like, I need to be there. Oh my God! So that team he's with, they're really doing it now. Limblig today. What's Uncle Jarvis's son's name? I forgot his name. Ayubo, I think. But they're also in Ayubo. They're getting together with our Limblig sister. I forget the name. Forgive me. But they're doing repatriate houses as well.
Wow.
Afia, yes, Afia. And they have they mentioned a man that they're working with, eco-friendly house or whatever.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so there's ways and pathways for us to get there. You guys talked about going over there. Me, for sure, I know I'm going to go 2021, and I'm either going to do the Tanzania repad house to start out, or one of the Limblig houses, or over there with my thoughts on everything brother, and one of those houses to start out, take a certain amount of money, and just let it fly, because
well, like you said, we just have to get there.
Just getting there, because I will plan myself out of it.
I mean, no, I like that.
Right. My thoughts on everything says, it just take a week. Just get here.
He says that all the time, right?
That's all you have is a week. Just take that week to get there.
Exactly.
You can have like 8 days, 2 days to try. But just get on the
But with you, how we discussed earlier, it might help others, so I'm going to mention it, possibly a leave of absence, if that works for anybody that might be listening. So you're not going to leave the job behind necessarily, but let me take a leave of absence and see how this is working.
Exactly.
Right. For me, I'm just
offer sabbaticals too as well.
Yeah.
Just to come see.
I'm not, because I'm not coming back.
Honestly, if I can sustain myself in other ways, I'd rather not take my job with me.
Mm-hmm.
But I just know that right now that's my only source of income, and I don't have this huge amount of savings. Right. So it's kind of like, yes, I'm going to use that right now, but if something comes up, like me and my sister, we have this business we've been planning. If that goes off the ground, it's a clothing line. If that goes off the ground and does well, I'm like, okay, let me go ahead. So it's so funny. I always tell my sister, I wish I could be more like you, and you a little bit more like me. We probably be that nice balance, because she will plan to like, okay, well, this and this and this. Where me, I'm the sister's like, let me go just jump off.
But that's good though.
But you need that balance. Balance. But the messed up thing is when you do that. Is she the type of, if it doesn't go the way she planned, does she get frazzled? You gotta be flexible.
Exactly. And I think me being a single mom and going through a lot of life changes, living in different states, has forced me to be adaptable. I've been in situations where it's like, oh, that wasn't what I thought that was going to be. Right. So you just learn quickly. Life will teach you. So not to say that I think Africa is going to be perfect, but I'm just saying I do have an adaptable personality where if stuff doesn't go all the way the way I want, it's like, okay, well, that's what we're doing now. Let's figure it out this way.
Right.
You know? So my sister, like I said, she's more of a like, okay, this is where I want to live. I need to find out this. I need to find out this. And I am doing a lot of research, but I also realize there's no way I'm going to know everything. Yeah. And at some point, I'm not going to have the money I would like to go there with. Yeah. And at some point, you have to say, you know what? I don't have the money. I would like to go there, but if I stay another 2-3 years, am I going to have it? No, because you don't know what can happen in life. So maybe just pull that, take that chance right now.
And that's why I'm thankful for those who are. Like, I can't knock the people who are building and are making it a welcoming. Like, there's some people who are building and they're building like they're building over here, and then you got to come over with a 50,000 to 100,000. That's not what I'm able to do. Mm-hmm. But for those who are building stuff that's welcoming to people, and and there's people who are doing it, so that's making it people like me.
Yeah, it's funny. I was watching one of the YouTubers. I think it was Dynasty Amir, and there was a guy on there, and he said, "Yeah, I'm not going down there with less than $250K."
But there's people,
and I was
no disrespect, but no disrespect to you, because if you got it like that, you got it like that.
Yeah. But in my head, it was.
I wish I had $250.
I wish I had it, but I said I can't. Wait. That's not my reality.
It's not.
I could be here another 40 years trying to get up to, and still may not have it, because as long as we live here, you have to pay American bills. So the longer I stay here, the less money I'm gonna be able to save.
The problem with that is, like, me being, you guys have daughters, you have a son, you know how boys are when they hear stuff like that, because men want to be men where they go. So they're like, they get competitive, and it's like, that man got $250, I gotta get it up before I'm not going over there.
It's too, I'm like, I watched, I literally had to turn it off, and it was nothing against him. That's beautiful that's his
But
situation.
men have a different perspective though, too.
But for me, I was like, I can't. That's gonna make me like nervous, because I ain't coming nowhere near 250.
Yeah, but that's why
we were having those conversations. Like, well, how much money? We talked a little bit about that yesterday. Like no one really gives you a real a figure.
Exactly.
Nobody really gives you a figure. I think it's like, even if it's if you want to live like this. This is the minimum I would say that you need.
Exactly.
If you want to live like this is the minimum I think you should need between this and that. I really don't recall anyone ever giving you.
Well, I have heard a couple people that said that you can live comfortably, and this is Gambia. This wasn't Ghana. It was like $500-600 a month. You can live comfortably.
I've heard people do
a month
like that.
All
your bills. Because typically,
I've heard some.
Like, say you rent for the year. You can find a decent property for about $350, $400. Food is very cheap there. They said the food only gets expensive if we're buying American food. But just buying like the fruits and the vegetables and everything there, it's very cheap too.
I've heard that.
So you can live comfortably for that amount. But I think for me, wanting to have extra, first of all, for an emergency, I need to get back. But the other part of it is getting your house built. Right. If you do plan on building a house, you need to have that extra money to get that done. Yeah. You can pay for it monthly. They do let you pay as you build, which I thought was kind of cool. Pay as you build.
Yeah, there's people doing it now. That's what I'm saying. That wasn't available before.
Exactly.
That,
so you can pay as you build. But it's like I'd have to stay where I'm at to rent, but then using all the extra money to pay as I build. But once I get in my house, I mean, can you imagine being in your house and no mortgage?
No mortgage.
All you paying is lights, no water.
Wait a minute. What if you get you a solar power?
Exactly.
But you what is it, a borehole?
Exactly.
Yeah. I was like, what? You mean I don't have a water bill? I don't have what?
Wait, so that, but if we help with that brother getting that machine over there, the one that makes the water.
Yeah.
That's like something down the future, but
exactly.
Right.
So it's like one of those things. Like, I mean, imagine just not having that stress of coming up with, you know, all this money every month to pay this, to pay that, to pay this, to pay this, just to be able to say, you know what, I'm in my home and I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And our lifestyle will be different over there too. It will be different. It will definitely be different.
I mean, first of all, you have amenities right there. If we wanted to live by the beach here,
right,
we have to be millionaires. Okay. Millionaires.
So that's I think we talked about this. I'm a beach person. Was it you?
I'm a beach person, yeah.
I'm a beach.
No.
You're not. I am so. That was my.
I mean, I love to go to the beach, but to live on the beach.
That's my. Oh, God,
I put my feet in there.
Okay.
I'm not getting in
Okay.
But just being able to be like a few minutes, and you're right there at the beach.
Yeah.
Only millionaires can do that.
I love to be on, because I like, if I was beachfront, to hear that water.
Exactly.
Somebody was talking about
my thoughts on everything. They was in a tent, and the water was. Girl, I went to.
And I was watching somebody else who was saying, I don't know who live I was watching, but they were saying that it just felt like the ocean was speaking to them.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like very therapeutic, by any type of water.
Yeah.
It's
that was. Do y'all follow ES?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Who's
her.
that? ES.
Eat, Love, Migrate.
Yeah, Eat, Love,
Oh
Migrate.
no.
Yeah.
I know. There's
She
so
was
many.
saying that it was just, she had spent a month when she first got there, oceanfront or somewhere.
Okay.
And she was just saying how, you know, she had
It's
it's healing. It had to. She had to. You were forced to be able to deal with yourself.
Exactly.
And that's as far as I don't have huge plans, but when I get there, it's not gonna be YouTube for a while. It's not gonna be anything for a while. I'm going to get into my I'm just gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Record it just for
but I'm not gonna.
You don't have to post it. But
right.
Just record.
I'm gonna take a break from everything for a second and sit and and there's gonna be whole days where I know, because I do it here. So if I'm doing it here, I'm gonna do how I like nature. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just sit and be.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to that. Look, when I sit out there at Lake Norman, of course I make you pretend sometimes that it's Africa. So I'm sitting there thinking, you know, and I just because I know there's things I need to heal from here.
We all do. You can't be here your whole life and not heal. And not have things you
need a healing.
You can't. It's impossible. And anybody that says they can't, they're not being realistic with themselves.
Or they may be just in complete denial and feeling like, if I have these material things, I'm okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Life is much more than material things.
I don't want to go there. You know, I try to say that I feel like I'm a pretty good-centered person, but I know I have a lot of stinking thinking. I know I got a lot of American ways that are just that I have to check myself. So I want to go there and I'm like you. I just want to spend some time just being quiet, just being to myself, just taking it all in, being amongst the people. So it's never gonna go all the way, because this is where we were born. Yeah. So we're always gonna have a little bit of that, but I at least want to be able to recognize it when it comes up. Like, Biv, that ain't cool.
But do you find yourself with this experience of putting the journey to Africa as your goal? I find myself changing, like how I deal with people, how I'm more open.
Yeah.
This Sunday, it's my day off. I got to get up 4:30 in the morning. I would have gone to see the family. I would have gone for my little walk. I would have cooked me something and I would have watched something and went to bed. But it was important for me to come and see you guys in person. Well, like, it was but this is part of the healing. And this is why I wanted to record it, because this is the beginning. Exactly. Not only when we get over there, this is the beginning.
It's like feeding ourselves, like putting gas in a tank, because you know, I know how you guys probably have gone through the same thing. You can't share this journey with everyone, and everybody doesn't take it the same way.
That's why I needed to come see y'all.
So you need to, as much as possible. That's why we get so down with limb league and everything, because it's like, yeah, you know, it's like we're all on the same team, you know, and we need that because you do have so many people. You know, I had somebody literally say to me, and I was just so upset. They was like, "So you want to go to disease-ridden, poor Africa?" And I was like, "How dare you? You know that's where we're from. This is a black person. You know this is where we're from." So it's like to just, some people have such a, and I mean, I know it's not all their fault, but it's like I want to be able to share it with everyone, but I know I can't. So
and we can talk freely.
Have you ever had someone who's actually from the continent who pretty much was raised on the continent, came over as maybe a young adult or something, and you know, tried to discourage you from going? I've
had that too.
Yeah. You're from the continent, and you know, and have traveled back a couple times or whatever, but was like, why? You know, like discouraging you. I wouldn't go over there by myself, or you know, y'all be careful, and it's this, is that.
But we have.
Have you ever been there?
Yeah, because you're from one country, you haven't been all over Africa.
Have you been there?
But we have to remember, they were talking about how churches are. I mean, they were colonized. Yeah. We have to remember that when we go over there, we're gonna meet people. What about people who bleach their skin over there?
Exactly.
What about? I mean, there's things.
Colonization works both ways.
Yeah.
So it's just like how it has ruined a lot of us. Like you have some. I mean, we already know we have some Black Americans that. There's nothing wrong with this. This is the place to operate. You know, and they stand up with pride. You can't get them to say anything negative about here. And I'm sure, like, they're taught that America is such like the promised land.
Let me say, even Walter Myers said this. I will never forget. And I've heard people say this. They're told that there's that money literally either grows on trees or is in the streets or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, like a story. Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing is when they're coming through immigration, they are told not to deal with us.
Yep. Yeah. I did see that. So it's like their perception, they already have that in their head when they get here. And then they start having that perception of like the problem Black Americans have is because of Black Americans. They don't know the history. So I do understand it. And I've had, like I said, I've had that as well. But I said, you know what? In my heart, I know I'm doing the right thing for me. And I have to stick with that, you know.
And the beautiful thing is, it's not just us thinking this. We have people who have experienced it and lived it and are living it.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it just like here, you can be over here and be with the wrong group of people, and it's gonna be all bad.
Yep.
You have to be choosy about who you love.
Yep. Yeah.
And who you let love you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And so if you feeling bad energy over there, it's not because they're Black, it's not because they're African, it's because that's who they are.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna mess with you. Okay.
I can't even remember what part of Alabama it was, but I was like, this is America? Like, it was just the area was so, I don't want to say poor, but lack of a better word, I'm going to say, I mean, it was like mismatched houses, like the houses look
right,
like
so for people to act like we go, like we all, like over here is all okay.
Yeah, there's some nice parts over here, but when I saw Alabama, and there are other parts too, but that's just like the most recent place I went to.
Look, we're from New York City. We're from New York City. Let's go.
Okay, New York City is filthy. And it's to the point, it's crazy because growing up in New York City, I didn't realize how dirty it was because you just
you leave.
But when you leave and come back, I remember I took the subway like a couple years ago.
I hate it.
Like I had already left New York City for years that my kids wanted to take the subway.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I probably took an hour shower because I felt like the dirt was going into my skin. You see rats, you see, I mean,
look at her face.
It's
look at her face. Right, but that's the whole point. Stop trying to act like if you go to the continent of Africa, you're going to be so deprived and it's going to be so horrific. Because America has some spots. It's not just New York City. It's not just Alabama. Charlotte has its spots too. Every place, and even the nicest place in the world, there's going to be some spots.
I mean, go to LA. All the homeless people in LA. I mean, so it's like one of those things, like you said, everywhere has their areas, but
they have a whole name. I mean,
it is. It's the street. The area. The street says Skid Row.
Wait, time out. They named the street.
The street is called
Skid Row. They put a street sign.
That's why they call it Skid Row, because because the name of the street is right in the
center of
downtown.
So the name was there first, and then
Yes.
it made. Oh, I was the Skid Row was like the definite. Wow.
No, and it's literally streets on streets of tents. Straight street that way, look to the side that way, going down side streets. People got the family tents. They got the little tables out with the chairs sitting out like regular. Me and you playing cards or eating whatever. Your space.
Right here in the
Whole
USA.
families.
So
I don't have any. I think
Are
I
you for
erased it
real?
off my phone. Yes. You're like, what? But that's just an area where it's a whole lot. But when you ride around certain parts in LA, you can just be in the bus stop, and beside the bus stop, you got 3 little tents. On that side, you got 3 little tents. Yes. Yeah. Regular.
I'm sure there's people who, because this is gonna be in the video. I'm sure there's people who watching it like, because that's how I'm looking at you. Yeah. I heard of it, but I didn't know it was like that.
It's so true because I was thinking about working at it's a mission that's down in right down in the heart of it. Okay. So I can get some of these student loans paid.
Right. Facts.
Yeah. So but I didn't take the job or anything. I didn't really finish the whole process or anything like that. But just to see it when I went to visit.
Yeah. Wow.
I was like, wow, this is real.
So
this is real.
People telling us, don't go over there. Yeah, don't go over there if you can't handle that part. But don't act like we don't have that over here in America.
There's struggles everywhere.
Yeah, that's
every
the point.
Country,
right.
UK, Caribbean, all of these countries have places where there are struggles.
I was just here recently. I was somewhere here driving.
Over there by College Street, I think, on the side of the highway, there's a whole bunch of homes. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Here.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it.
Bunch of tents and
It is since the COVID.
And it was like that a year ago, but it's gotten
more.
That's always been there.
I was like, wow.
Oh, it's always been there.
It's always been there.
Oh.
Yeah, because I bought sandwiches over to the shelter before, so I have to pass that little area because there's a homeless shelter right near there, but they're always crowded. So the overflow, they're out there in tents.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, in Charlotte. I was like, what?
So it's everywhere, and it's like, granted, I'm not going on there thinking, everything's going to be beautiful, but it's not like everything here is beautiful. And
right, and that part, stop acting like...
A lot of us are one paycheck or 2 paychecks away from that situation because it costs so much to keep this life going.
Right.
Work. Something happens, you lose your job. Something happens where you have an unexpected medical issue. You could be in that same situation.
Yeah.
Listen, and people are talking. I mean, I wasn't always a nurse. I mean, having kids at a young age.
Right.
And I've lived on my own since I was like 17.
Okay.
And so there's been times when I've had to use a little hot plate to warm up water to take a bath with.
Right.
There's been times when I've had a mattress and a cart. The milk carton.
Wow.
With a TV on it. If I had a TV.
Right. Right.
So
America's not the land of everybody has everything. That's the
Exactly.
I've experienced. I've experienced all of that.
But on top of that, whether you have money or whether you don't, you're still black in America.
You are still black.
And you're susceptible. And you're susceptible to certain things. Yeah. Even if you have the best, there's people who are in a limbic family who are in the industry that they came on XDMC and came on, and they have this certain type of lifestyle, but they've still experienced things that that their white counterparts don't experience.
Exactly.
So people get tired of that. You and your 35, 40, 45, 50. I'm tired of that.
It's exhausting.
It's
exhausting every time a police is behind you. I don't care who you are, and even if you are working with law enforcement, it's that feeling in your heart like, it's just automatic stress.
You're absolutely right. My tags, I know they good. Like, was I speeding? Or anything you start thinking about.
Or even worse than that, you're so tired that you don't care. And that's dangerous. Because people are tired.
Yep.
They're tired.
Mm-hmm.
And so you sit there, all right, You know, I feel like our sister Sandra Bland. I feel like she was tired. We know how to code switch, and we know how to try to survive through something. But it's demeaning.
Yeah.
It's demeaning. Okay, sure. I'm sorry. When they're the ones who are wrong. Yes. And so Sandra Bland was like vocal about it. Oh my God. I'm not going to get off into that.
Yeah, but it's just time for us to get a break from this.
Yeah.
It's time to get a break.
That's why I told you I'm going to sit on that beach.
Yeah.
For about a month. Y'all seen Bliss? She all right. She's sitting over there by the beach. So y'all bring her a coconut and some mangoes. She'll be all right.
Exactly.
See, she'll be back with us soon. But because you know the tears going to flow.
Oh, gosh. I can't even imagine. But
I'm saying to myself, I ain't going to cry. They talk about all this crying.
I'm not going to be on the floor.
You know what I'm saying? And it probably be me like, I said I wasn't going to cry.
Right. I'm not going to say that because I'll cry in a heartbeat.
I cry in commercials, so I know I'm
right.
Right?
I have watched some of the Limb Legs and been crying. So, you know what I mean? So, you know.
And you know, it was crazy. The last thing that made me cry was watching the Happy Companion get his land. The lady from Black Sit. So Black Sit, he bought land from. It's so.
You was crying on that one?
Yes, I was crying.
He was crying?
He was crying.
Y'all, let me tell you what makes me cry. When a man cries. Yes.
I don't know. It's just something about a man.
Because you know it took.
And he was trying not to.
He got his.
I got Chevrolet. Yeah. What's the name of it?
It's Black Sit, and it says the Happy Companion got his land. So he got his land, and he's a guy from California. He bought the land through Black Sit, and it was just so emotional. Like
it was.
They showed it the what is that called? The drone view and everything.
What country?
I'm in there like.
It's in Gambia.
In Gambia.
Okay.
And I'm just like, I was so emotional just for me.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
He got his land. He's free.
Ain't that a daggone shame? Ain't that a shame? But that's all right. That's all right.
My God.
Your smiles even change just now. You'll see because we can feel it. It's like we know. We know. Oh.
My heart was just like wanting to explode. I had so much happiness and happy tears for him, and I was like, I can't wait to feel like that. Like this is my land. Like my land.
Right.
You know. So
it's home. Imagine I wonder how many mornings it'll take to like get over the fact that, because I feel like I'm gonna wake up every morning and be like, I'm in Africa. Like I can see me doing that like every morning. Oh my God, I can't wait.
Exactly.
So what is your because it's about to go. What's your timeline like? 2020, well not 2020, but 2021.
I'm hoping summer of 2021. That's my, and I would like to visit. Flights have gone up, the prices have gone up a lot, but I'm going to try to make that sacrifice so I can get there for a visit.
And you?
Mine's to visit is 2021.
Okay.
And then to relocate would be 2022.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Same. I said September 2021. But it moves up every time. So it was September 2021. That would have been ideal. That's like my last. Like I don't want to be here beyond that. But it's looking like maybe March, April 2021.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. Just I don't know. Once that passport comes back, it might just be like that day.
But it's so funny.
I don't know.
But if it happens to be April that you're going to visit, let me know in April because I have extended a period of time off in April.
Okay, so, we'll talk off of this, but because that would be beautiful if we
all
could.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. If we could all just take a little.
And I mean, I'm already loving this energy so much. Y'all got me thinking about Ghana a little bit more, like so we'll see.
But if we could take maybe because you're gonna visit Gambia, you said, right?
Yeah, that's the plan.
I would love to visit there too as well.
We're connected. We're sisters.
Yeah.
We're sisters. So
y'all stuck with me.
But that's right. but April. Okay, we'll keep.
We'll work it out.
We're doing things together now. We gotta come into Africa. Live stream. We'll talk about that.
This is our Limb League pod.
Yeah. So the pod.
The Charlotte pod.
But wait till they're gonna be. I'm glad I didn't tell the family about this. They're gonna be so surprised when this comes up on YouTube and I share it in the soft talk after I share it with y'all and you approve, and then I'm gonna they're gonna be so surprised. They're gonna be so surprised to see that we did this. We got together like not on our own, but like Lynn Blake got together and did this. So cheers to Lynn Blake. I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna be on you. Any parting words, babe?
You know, I'm just so excited, and the sisterhood, the family part of this. I mean, it just makes it seem like it's doable and it's real, and we're doing this. It's like you have people to hold you accountable, people to support you, people to just, hey, this was a rough week. It seemed like it was a little harder to do this week, but we still are on track. And that just feels awesome. And that's something I've been missing. So I feel like I'm already getting my African community.
Yeah,
right. Basically, that's how I feel about it, that even if I have to get on a plane by myself, there's still friends on the ground, that I'm not by myself, that I am creating a community already. And I'm thankful for that. Yeah.
All right. Lynn Blake out.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.